scholarships. We talked to last year's big winner and tell you how your kids can still get in on the action this year. What's new starts right now.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
And hello again, Northeast Ohio. A very good Thursday afternoon to everybody watching from home. Thank you so much for choosing our program today alongside Betsy Kling. I'm Jay Crawford. Betsy, as always, great to be with you again today.
Thank you. Great to be with you. Thanks to all of you for joining us. We've got Cleveland in our background here. It's another day of heat and humidity.
You can almost feel it in that shot, can't you?
There's a lot of things going on, right? And it kind of seems to get everybody in a little bit of a fever. And it's interesting that that is the comment that leads into our top story. You kind of shake your head at this one. We're following developing news now in downtown Cleveland. A shooting in the middle of a busy road in broad daylight just a couple hours ago. Let's turn live now to Brandon Simmons with the very latest on this. And Brandon, investigators are saying this was not random. That's a big point to make.
Yeah, this doesn't appear to be random at all. As you said, this shooting happening in the middle of downtown in broad daylight, something that we wouldn't expect to see happen right here at the corner of West 9th and Superior Avenue. You can see we're right across the street from the federal courthouse building, and that's where police say that the victim was in a silver Mercedes. He was driving his car, sitting at this intersection, when the suspect's vehicle pulled up next to him and fired multiple rounds. Now, one of those bullets hit the victim in the hip, and the suspect sped off heading westbound across the Detroit Superior Bridge nearby. Now, this all happened around 1 o'clock in the afternoon with plenty of witnesses in the area, including Cleveland mayoral candidate Zach Reed. Reed says he too heard those shots and saw the suspect speed away.
With this ongoing violence that's been going on in the city of Cleveland, and you think about the violence we had this weekend, it's not really surprising anymore because the person I saw was a young male, and we just got to get the guns out of these young people's hands.
Now, the suspect's vehicle was likely caught on nearby surveillance cameras, and earlier this afternoon, police were checking West Side neighborhoods where they believe that car was spotted, but so far, they have not been able to find their suspect just yet. Now, the car we're looking for is a black Nissan Sentra, and police say that if anybody has information about the whereabouts of that car or the person who was involved in this shooting, they should call 911, or they can submit their tips anonymously through Crime Stoppers by dialing 216-25-CRIME. Betsy.
Yeah, Lena Lai reported earlier in the week that crime is definitely on the rise here in the city of Cleveland, and broad daylight shootings just is not the normal here, so certainly a concerning situation. Thanks, Brandon, for the report.
For sure.
Well, now on your feet at 5, the cost of buying a home has increased just about everywhere nationwide over the past year. We've certainly seen that trend in Cleveland as well, where many of the houses are gone within days of listing. Despite the higher prices, the number of homes sold have increased year over year. Our January Keaton has been digging into what's driving the unusually active housing market. January, good afternoon to you.
Jay, good afternoon to you, sir. And crazy is the word that has been used multiple times today during my interviews pertaining to this housing market. It's volatile. Now, the Cleveland market has two problems. The cost of rent and buying is up, so you're going to pay more for that, but the number of houses being built is down. So, I mean, listen to this, guys. Social distancing, working from home, homeschooling, that all made folks need more space, right? So demand for housing went up. But because of labor shortages leading to higher lumber and building supply prices, fewer houses were being built. Cleveland ranked last for housing growth in a recent poll out of the nation's 100 largest metropolitan areas. Also, record low interest rates made more home buyers, even folks who don't live here, apply for mortgages here, making bidding more competitive.
Cleveland is a place now where both locals and sort of out-of-town home buyers are competing for an increasingly small number of homes.
From list price to purchase price, we could see anywhere from 10 to 20% above list.
Now, despite that not so good news, folks are still buying homes in Cleveland. Cuyahoga County fiscal records show the number of suburban homes sold from January to May of this year was over 27% higher than the same months last year. Now, the experts I talked to today, they both said, as crazy as it may sound, Jay, This is both a buyer's and a seller's market, at least for now, until this whole COVID thing kind of starts blowing over a little more.
All right, January Keaton live on What's New. January, thank you. We appreciate it. Well, more people buying homes is good for the mortgage industry. And on that note, today was the groundbreaking for the new CrossCountry Mortgage Headquarters. That is right here in Cleveland. In fact, going on right now. Live pictures on Superior Avenue East. Ohio Lieutenant Governor Jon Husted on hand for the festivities. The complex is actually relocating from Brecksville to downtown's Superior Art District. It's set to be completed by the end of this year, moving over 600 full-time jobs to the downtown area. Betsy?
Well, Ohio's third Vax-A-Million drawing is now in the books with another local winner for one of the prizes. 7th grader Sarah Afane from Sheffield Lake in Lorain County won a full-ride college scholarship to a state school. And Governor Mike DeWine spoke to her and her family earlier today about what this means to them.
I thought about going to college, but I've never really looked at colleges a lot.
Feel so lucky and so blessed that we've won, but like Mark said, we're so lucky that we were able to access the vaccine, and it was a seamless process. We got our vaccine at Fairview Hospital, and as soon as the kids were old enough to get vaccinated.
I mean, she's just going into 8th grade. Let's not rush things.
Yeah, she has time to figure it out.
She's got it all figured out. Mark Klein from Richwood, just northwest of Columbus, won the $1 million cash prize. He also spoke to the governor today about this awesome experience.
I've been very fortunate and blessed to have had a good career, and now with the little extra icing on the top of my life here, this is really good. I think more importantly, it's about getting the vaccine.
Well, remember, there are still 2 more drawings, both on June 16th and June 23rd. If you've already registered, that means you're already entered. You don't have to do it again.
We're running out of chances, Beth.
I know, and with time running out on these vaccine lotteries, the governor is now hinting at some additional COVID vaccine incentives.
Yeah, the governor is saying that his team is working on these plans right now, but they're not ready to announce anything just yet. But he did say this. Listen.
We have some additional kind of incentives and things that the private sector has been working on, and we hope to announce those in the next few days.
All right, no specifics from Governor DeWine on what these new incentive plans might be. I guess we all have to stay tuned to find out, and when we know, you'll know.
That's right. Well, keeping up on the vaccine front today, Moderna announced it submitted a request to the FDA to expand their emergency use of its COVID-19 vaccine to kids as young as 12. Right now, Moderna's vaccine is authorized for ages 18 and older, but said last month data showed its vaccine was 100% effective in a trial involving more than 2,500 12 to 17-year-olds. If granted, this would become the second authorized vaccine for this age group.
All right, chances are you either got out of bed early to watch the Ring of Fire partial solar eclipse early, or maybe you saw it online like so many did. I know a lot of folks were sharing it on social media. So if you haven't seen it yet, that's what it looked like from downtown. It's pretty
great.
cool. You can see there where we're casting the shadow over the sun.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And of course, when we have the solar eclipse, it's when the moon moves between
passes
us
between
and the sun. And I got to tell you, that would have been one heck of a sunrise about, 4,000 years ago. Can you imagine the ancients?
What is going on right now?
They would have no idea, and all of a sudden the sun would come up like that. What? Yeah. But anyway, the peak blockage was right around 5:55 in the morning. Now, the next annular solar eclipse will be taking place in October of 23 and will be visible in Central and South Americas and western parts of the U.S., so we're going to miss out on that one.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. April 8th, 2024.
I am already so excited.
Because listen, that's when we're going to have the full eclipse.
Yes.
That is the full eclipse. Now, we had one a couple of years ago, 17 or 18, and my brother, who lives in Nashville, drove a little ways so he could be in the full path, which is what Cleveland will be in. We're right in the heart of that path.
Yeah.
And he told me it was the most incredible thing he's ever witnessed from nature. He said what happened was, middle of the afternoon, When the sun started to get blocked out, he said the birds were chirping like it was nighttime. And he said all of a sudden, in an instant, it was as if someone just flipped out the lights. It went from like dusk to complete nighttime darkness. And he said it was perfectly still.
Yes.
It lasts for however long, 14 minutes, whatever it is. I'm not even sure. Okay, I was close.
2019.
And what the wild thing was, he says as soon as the sun came back out, the birds were like, okay, what's up? It's time. I guess it's time to be awake again. And then everything in nature started making its noise.
I was actually very lucky. I got to travel with NASA Glenn Research Center to Jefferson City, Missouri to stand alongside Dr. Janet Kavandi, an astronaut and at time the director of NASA Glenn, to witness totality.
That was the heart of it, right?
The most incredible experience. And I'm telling you, friends, April 8th is a dicey day in Cleveland as far as the weather goes. We've got to keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, put that in your phone right now. 2024, April 8th.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Be here.
We would love it, by the way, if you post some of your pictures to our What's New Facebook page. Did you get any of that cool eclipse?
It's what's new.
It is what's new. It's like brand new. It just launched yesterday. I asked on there a little bit ago, Bets, what is everyone having for dinner? And a lot of folks are having chicken, and it appears that Matt Wintz is having your leftover chicken that you must have left in the refrigerator.
Did I? Oh, man. Here, I'm all excited. I got an acai bowl. I thought I would be all good, but I'm glad it's not going to waste. That's good news. Well, here's how you do it. On Facebook, everybody knows where that is. Just search 3 What's New. You ask to join, we'll add you to our family. We hope to get to know you a little bit better and be able to chat with you more there.
All right, coming up next on What's New, you've heard of singing for dinner. How about this? Singing for college tuition. We have an inside look at this year's Shining Star Scholarship Program.
And later, LeBron James is teaming up with the Looney Tunes gang in Space Jam 2. You may have heard about that. Well, the trailer is out. We'll show you.
And it's our first hello of the show to Matt Wintz, who will be eating Betsy's leftovers tonight.
Yeah, I usually have Betsy's leftovers. Look at the sky outside. We've got some thunderstorms around the area. Your outdoor dining forecast, still dicey once more. We've got showers and thunderstorms scattered around. Not everyone going to see these. We've got big pattern changes to talk about in the forecast. We'll detail it after the break.
All right, this is exciting. Attention, high school singers, and we know there's a lot of you out there. How would you like to win $10,000 of a scholarship just for singing your favorite song? That's a good deal.
That's a very good deal, and it's the 5th annual Shining Star CLE singing competition that's here, and the deadline for the entries is this Sunday at 11:59 p.m. You need a 3-minute version of your favorite song, and it could get you a chance at the finals coming up this August. The host of Shining Star, our own Shining Star, Monica Robbins, who explains what you need to know.
Last year, Ethan Peterson became the first male to win Shining Star CLE by singing For Forever from the Broadway musical Dear Evan Hansen.
Shines on my face tonight.
His $10,000 scholarship winnings will help as he heads off to Penn State to study musical theater. So what's his advice for those wanting to enter Shining Star CLE?
Definitely sing a song that you connect with emotionally, because yes, you might be able to sing a song really, really well, but if it has no meaning to you, there's no point in singing it because you're not going to connect with the audience.
The contest is open to high school kids who will be in grades 9 through 12 by August 2021. Singers from Ashtabula, Cuyahoga, Geauga, Lake, Lorain, Medina, Portage, Stark, Summit, and Wayne counties, including homeschooled students, are qualified to enter.
A ton of auditions coming in from all different genres, which is really good.
While the show is usually done at Playhouse Square, last year it had to be virtual. And for safety, this year will be too. But that's not such a bad thing.
It was incredible. We now have a worldwide audience with thousands, I think well over 10,000 viewers of last year's show.
The show benefits memory care programs at Menora Park Senior Living campuses. Entering is easy. Just record a 3-minute song on your phone and upload the video to the Shining Star CLE website. But remember this.
Sunday, June 13th at 11:59 p.m. is the deadline. No extensions.
Now, last year they had over 150 entries from 60 different schools. They're hoping to break that record. The video is 3 minutes max, and you can either sing a cappella or with accompaniment, even a karaoke track if you need one. Just put your heart and soul into it, and remember, if you're chosen to move on, you'll be singing that song throughout the competition. Betsy and Jay.
Wow, really cool.
Oh my gosh, that
Very
kid's
cool.
voice, he starts singing like, whoa.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
No doubt. Thanks, Monica. Sure. All right, I think this is a perfect segue then, that we should have Matt sing the weather forecast.
Yeah, and all our viewers will stop watching, and then hopefully they'll tune back in after I'm a little off key sometimes, so
Is your voice cracks again?
Sometimes, yeah. It's the third time in my life it's cracked, so I don't know what's happening.
Well, your weather word today is chorus. Just trying to keep it with the singing theme. Yeah. That's pretty easy. I think you can do that.
Yeah, we'll fit that in. So,
no problem.
If we had the cicadas, that'd be easy because they're obviously making their noises out there, but we don't. We just have thick humidity.
I'll do the
That's what my
cicada
singing
noise.
sounds like.
Yeah,
we should do a duo sometime.
Totally would nail
This will
it.
be great. I got a couple of things to tell you guys. The weather word of the day, right? We do that every day. Our What's New Facebook page. Rita wrote in. She said her 12-year-old lab does not like the bell.
Yes.
And freaks out. She has to turn it on mute. I thought it was because of my forecast, but it's actually because of her dog, Kaya. So we have changed things today. Thanks for adjusting my height there. We had to change things today, so wait until they fit chorus, and I'll probably not even get the weather word. So we'll see what happens.
Wow,
But we've changed the sound up today for Kaya, the 12-year-old lab. All right, scattered downpours once again this afternoon. They are heaviest down towards Ashland County right now, just south of Ashland and south and east of I-71. We've got real heavy rain near our 3rd Vermilion in Ohio. Off towards the north, we had some flooding in Huron County temporarily. That has started to subside as that cell has weakened. And off towards the east, these are actually moving west on an outflow boundary now near Solon. This area got hit hard last night with heavier rainfall. A couple lightning strikes there as well. Scattered showers and thunderstorms once again in the forecast. Here's who had the rain today. Where you've had it, it's come down heavy at times. This is the last day we're going to have this pattern. Tomorrow we're going to slide into this off towards the west. We're getting a little movement, so we're going to have some leftover rain chances tomorrow, but I don't think we'll have a lot of coverage. One other thing on our side, we've got drier air working in. This is a backdoor cold front. You notice how clear it is off towards the north. That's drier air that's starting to erode some of this thick humidity, but off towards the weekend, we deal with this system. This will be the final push that clears out this atmosphere. May bring us some storms Saturday night into Sunday. Tonight, we'll have generally the rain coming to an end. After that, you'll hear a chorus of crickets outside as things start to... That was it? Wait. That was the bell? I thought we were doing a cat meow. Anyway. Okay, all right. There it is. Hi, Kaya. Come on. Over
that.
here. Over
That's
here. Okay,
helping a
anyway.
lot.
So we've got clouds tomorrow morning, more of the same tomorrow afternoon. Here's the coverage. We still will have scattered showers, couple rumbles of thunder perhaps. All that should go away. Nice Friday evening in store. Temperatures don't change much tomorrow, but the humidity will start to change. So over the weekend, still humid. Humid, thick weekend still, but look at next week. That muggy meter still looking great as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday. A real refreshing air mass comes in here. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast. There's your rainfall chances over the course of the weekend. Late Saturday, Sunday mornings, what we're going to have to watch. Otherwise, we're dry. And next week, refreshing and beautiful 70s. Even have some dog treats. I'll send it back to you guys. But Kaya, come here. Some treats for you.
Oh, you did it now.
That's right.
I want to know what other station in town caters like we do.
Here we go.
That's right.
Nothing but the best.
Good girl.
What is the matter with that cat? That's the other question that raises. That's it. The cat sounds like
a groundhog in
stressed.
heat, I'll be honest.
Kaya's probably much more interested in that, certainly. All right, coming up for us, everybody, 10 years after it first premiered, Gossip Girl is getting a reboot. We have a sneak peek of the new show in your pop break. Welcome back to What's New. Finally, the trailer for Space Jam has been released. There's no more gossip about Gossip Girl reboot happening. And since we have a first look, MGK and his love are taking their romance to the big screen. And does Kanye West have a new boo? That was an interesting line to throw in there. Here's Kira Cotton with all the details.
Kanye West turned 44 yesterday, and according to reports, he celebrated with a new boo. Multiple sources claim to have spotted the media mogul with 35-year-old model Irina Shayk in France. According to reports, the two have known each other for years, but have only connected romantically recently. Which makes sense, since Kanye's divorce from mom and entrepreneur Kim Kardashian was filed only in February, after 7 years together. Prior to being sighted in France, Irina was featured in Kanye's 2010 Power music video, and he also name-dropped her in his single Christian Dior Denim Flow. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox have been heating up red carpets lately, but come this July, they'll take their love to the silver screen. The couple goes head-to-head in the first trailer for Midnight in the Switchgrass, the movie set where the two met. The movie follows two FBI agents played by Fox and Bruce Willis as they team up with the Florida cop to catch a serial killer. Midnight in the Switchgrass will premiere in select theaters July 23rd.
Did you miss me? I know I've missed you.
It's been more than 10 years since Gossip Girl first premiered, but with the release of the official trailer for the reboot, it feels like yesterday. While the original blog has been replaced with an Instagram account, the goal to expose the secrets of upper-class teens in Manhattan is very much the same. With the new cast, the show is still based on the best-selling novels. The Gossip Girl reboot is set to premiere July 8th on HBO Max.
I'm a cartoon?
We now have a full look at what Space Jam: A New Legacy will offer this summer. The full-length trailer was released last night, and LeBron James and the Toon Squad are being put to the test.
Yo, King, you're about to lose your family. Got the world in my hand. Everything you love.
The cast from Space Jam is loaded, from LeBron James himself to Don Cheadle, Zendaya, and so many more. July 16th is right around the corner, so I'll be sure to check that out. How about you guys?
I have not even seen the first Space Jam all the way through.
Wait, what?
I haven't. Not the first one. That's the one with Michael Jordan, right?
Jordan, yes.
Which is why LeBron wanted to do this one so badly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen it all the way through.
Walking right behind Michael Jordan.
Except now he gave his number up again.
Yeah.
In the great circle of life that is NBA basketball.
Jordan went to 9 when he played on the Olympic teams.
Oh.
So he had the jersey changed too.
Now you know.
Right, things we didn't know.
LeBron is just
We're
walking
trading
right
info.
behind Michael Jordan. I say blaze your own trail. Be your own guy.
I'm going to have to watch Space Jam now, apparently.
Yeah, please watch Space Jam 1,
Yeah.
and then you can check out 2.
Josie and Violet will be like, who's that guy?
Yeah, never heard of him.
He's a great basketball player.
He's a little like
Play
Michael
with
Jordan.
him.
All right, coming up, actually, we're going to Today's Worth to Watch. Yep. This is great, too. I love this. This is out of Canada. 2 kayakers came to the rescue of a baby moose after it fell into a river. An off-duty firefighter was with his friend when they spotted the calf, so the pair quickly sprung into action.
Wow.
It's okay. It's okay, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey. It's okay.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, that's amazing. The kayakers say they did see the mother nearby, and the calf didn't appear to have any injuries, so they let her go, and she ran free.
Bless her heart. Oh, my
How
gosh.
cool is that?
They knew what to do. Talk about being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, lucky for the moose. Got a couple of firefighters. I think they've rescued a few things in their day.
Right.
Now they can add moose to that list.
And they just so happen to have a camera going at the same time.
Well, it's because they're adventurous
We
and they have the
appreciate
GoPros.
that.
Well, they have the GoPros on their
Yeah.
helmets. You know, when you and I go kayaking, we always do that too. Literally.
We'll see what happens next. All right, coming up for us, have you noticed everything is costing a little more, from your milk and veggies to that whole tank of gas? NBC's senior business correspondent joins us live to tell us what's going on and when it could come to an end.
Plus, the FDA is making new moves on the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine, why it may make it easier for people to get the shot.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
And we welcome you to the second half hour of What's New. We begin at 5:30 with 3 things you need to know. We're following a developing story in downtown Cleveland. That's where a 23-year-old man was shot in broad daylight. That happened this afternoon. It also happened near West 9th and Superior Avenue, right in the middle of the road. Cleveland mayoral candidate and former Cleveland City Councilman Zach Reed says he was there when it happened, and he described the scene to 3 News.
I saw a male in the vehicle, sped up Superior Bridge right there. And it kind of surprised me because like as soon as I heard the gunshots, I saw the black car with the male drive very quickly up that bridge.
Investigators believe this was not a random shooting and the victim was targeted in connection to other crimes. Brandon Simmons has been on this story all day. He'll have more coming up at 6. And new tonight on the vaccine front, Johnson & Johnson says the FDA has extended its shelf life from 3 months to 4.5 months. The vaccine still must be refrigerated at 36 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Today's announcement also comes after many state leaders, including Governor DeWine here in Ohio, warned they had hundreds or thousands of unused vaccines that are close to expiring. The CDC says over 21 million doses of the vaccine have been delivered, but only a little over 11 million doses have been administered.
Also today, Moderna announced it submitted a request to the FDA to expand emergency use of its COVID-19 vaccine to kids as young as 12. Right now, Moderna's vaccine is authorized for ages 18 and up, but says data shows it's 100% effective in a trial that involved more than 2,500 12 to 17-year-olds. If granted, this would become the second authorized vaccine for this age group. That rollout continues, more and more resources being poured into this summer and trying to get us back to normal. Still nothing coming immediately for the littler kids. We're still waiting on that, but this is yet another step in the right direction.
It is indeed.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for staying with us for What's New. Alongside Jay Crawford, I'm Betsy Kling.
Yeah, good Thursday afternoon to everybody. Thanks for sticking around with us.
We begin today with those rising prices, and they still keep jumping. New today, the Labor Department reported the numbers for May, saying consumer prices were up more than 0.5% from April. And from May 2020 to May 2021, prices soared 5%. That's the biggest 12-month spike since 2008.
Big jump indeed. Betsy, that takes us to our top talker today, and that 5% jump comes right as people are going back to work and paying for things like more gasoline and more of that morning Starbucks again. And, you know, it's all supply and demand.
Everything is going up. So let's bring in NBC News senior business correspondent Stephanie Ruhle now with a breakdown of why this is all happening to us. Stephanie, what's behind the rise in these prices?
Well, it's a little economics 101. And while the rise in prices is a sting, nobody likes it, we need to put it in perspective. What were we doing this time last year? Nothing. We were home. We weren't going on trips. We weren't going to restaurants. So the price rises are massive when you look at it that way. But gas, for example, while it's up $1 from last year, it's only up 7 cents from 2 years ago. So we need to add a little perspective while we're dealing with the sting of these higher prices.
All right, as we all go back to our sort of pre-pandemic routines, how long can we expect these prices to stay high, Stephanie?
They should work themselves out over time, right? The biggest price increases are due to supply chain issues. So the further we get away from COVID and back to normal, we should expect prices to normalize. But for the time being, they're not easy.
Yeah, definitely not easy, and I think we're all feeling it, and that's what happens when prices go up. We all kind of feel it in the wallet. Hopefully this won't last long, and we're back to our pre-pandemic price levels, and everybody can breathe a sigh of relief. Stephanie Ruhle from NBC News. Stephanie, thanks. We appreciate it.
And just one example of locally rising prices in our economy, Sherwin-Williams, which of course is headquartered right here in Cleveland. They say they're raising their paint prices 7%. Wow. The company's CEO says demand remains strong for both residential and commercial uses. Sherwin-Williams says the price hike will offset the inflation in raw materials used to make the paint. Got to have my Dorian gray. Got to have my Gauntlet gray.
Is that your go-to?
Got to have my On the Rocks. I know all of the paint colors in my house, and you know, you want to freshen things up. And this kind of goes back to where a lot of people are trying to get in and either buy used homes, pre-built homes, or if they can't find that, they're trying to update their homes. And so all these little things in the pandemic, caused a lot of people to try and get out and do all this sprucing up. And the prices, the trickle-down economy that we are in right now is just really kind of coming to a head.
This is welcome news for some of you home improvement folks. 2 days ago, lumber prices moved 30% down.
Yay!
Now, that's still above where they were because they were up over 40%. But for those of you that have gone to the hardware store and looked at buying a piece of wood, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I saw a funny meme. It was a guy selling a piece of plywood. And there was a picture of it, 4x8 piece of plywood, triple ply, excellent condition, no low-balling offers. I know what I have here, $1,500. It's not quite that bad, but you get a sense that the prices for everything are going up. It's called inflation. One of the main basic rules of economics, when you increase the money supply in a subset, you're going to pay more money. Because now that money it has less value. That's the bottom line to inflation. And we have flooded our economy with additional dollars, with all the stimulus money. We all have extra money in our pockets. That means we're spending it. That brings supply down, and that pushes prices up.
Wow.
That's how it works.
Economics 101 with Jay Crawford, everyone. I read here on What's New.
I read every once in a while.
Just a few times a day.
All right, coming up next on What's New. This was a bit of a surprise. The Indians making a trade today, and it involves a starting player. We're going to tell you who's going where and what the Indians are getting in return.
I haven't heard this yet, so I'm eagerly waiting.
Oh, so watch and win like
Don't tell me.
else.
All right, later on, more proof the world is returning to pre-pandemic normal. The major event returning to the skies this 4th of July. And we certainly hope that means it is not going to be lightning, Matt Wentz. We want it nice and calm, chill weather for the 4th of July, please.
Yeah, I'm just thinking back to 4th of July pass around here. Orchestra tries to get going. We've had some real heavy rainfall events right around there.
2007, we had severe weather while people were sitting outside.
That's it. So let's just pump our brakes on 4th of July heading our way. Let's deal with today first. Very heavy rain continues across portions of the viewing area. Ashland County now the recipient of a new aerial flood advisory. Heavy rain and lightning near the cell from Ashland down to the southern half of the county. This is building north. We'll track this. We'll also track some very, very dry, comfortable air coming our way. Finally, I've got your forecast coming up.
I like the sound of that. And a programming note for you. We hope you would join us tonight for First Class, the I Promise graduates. That's as we take a look at the struggles and achievements of the original third graders that were selected by the LeBron James Family Foundation as they began their next chapter in their lives. This 3 News special presentation airs tonight at 7:30, right after Front Row. Can't believe those kids are graduating.
Yeah, time flies.
Amazing.
Yeah, there it is, our countdown to summer. 10 days away. But it feels like it's been here for, I don't know, a month.
Wait till next week. Next week, it just kind of seems like things are going to lock in and everybody's going to be very happy. Matt's going to be along in just a second with the latest on that update. Another sign that summer is almost here. We're talking about fireworks. The Macy's Independence Day fireworks show will be returning to New York City in full force this summer. Organizers announced that today. The 2-hour star-studded entertainment special will air right here on Channel 3 on July 4th. And a lot of local cities have said they too are going to be getting their fireworks back out and rolling. So it's going to be a really, really awesome summer as folks get to enjoy some of the old standards that we're used to. But I got to tell you, Matt, we were looking at that forecast, and next week, just looks like it's going to be stupendous.
Crisp is what it looks like. So
we don't know what it's going to be like on the 4th yet.
No idea. We won't know until the 3rd.
We also don't have the forecast for August 8th of 2020, or sorry, April 8th of 2020.
Yeah, no, that's long-range forecasting. True story, I was born on the 4th of July. Yeah. I was like 7 before I realized that the fireworks weren't for me.
Oh, Jay, who told you? Who broke you that news?
My brother, because I asked him, why don't we do fireworks on your birthday?
Right.
And he said, you do realize they're not for you. They're for us. They're for America.
You pauper, why would you not have fireworks like I do?
It's also in January, your brother's birthday. So for sure, that'll do it for sure. It's so great to get back to, obviously, all the events that we're having to. But we had it pretty easy last year in terms of forecasting these events because we didn't have to.
Nobody was outside.
There was nothing to forecast.
It's going to rain. Who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
One's outside
anyway,
anyhow.
We're earning our keep again here, Betsy. All right, we've got some rain around Northeast Ohio. Some of it's been heavy. You know the drill, everybody. This has really been a stuck pattern over the last couple of days, very Floridian as well, where you get these heavy downpours. I mentioned the other day, if you evaporate and wring out all the water in the atmosphere, you can tell how much there is up there. We're still about 150 to 200% above where we should be this time of year in terms of how much moisture is above us. That will change next week. That fluctuates all the time. But we've got heavy rainfall ongoing right now. This is a brand new aerial flood advisory. It means for an area, and that includes areas of Ashland County from south of Ashland down towards Vermilion here. Lots of heavy rain ongoing. Anywhere from 1 to 2 inches has already fallen. Good news is where the most of this flooding has been is starting to shift off towards the west. So Mansfield, you're in it now. I wouldn't be surprised if you had an aerial flood warning here shortly. We'll have to keep our eye on this cell as it gets up into Medina County. This is becoming pretty heavy as well. Everything moving from east to west. That's the flow we've got today. So look off towards the eastern sky. That's where the rain's coming from. Floodwaters subsiding now, areas of Huron County. We're watching this cell as well, developing areas of Summit County, Hudson over towards Stowe, Northfield, Boston Heights there, Peninsula getting some heavier rain. This is moving off towards the west. So the I-77 corridor, Brecksville on down towards the south, going to get some rain here shortly. Otherwise, we've just got hit or miss showers. Look at the pattern, just a checkerboard pattern of the atmosphere. Tomorrow, we've got a push from two different directions. We've got some drier air working in from the north and the east. So this system going to kind of tamper down a little. Our best chance of rain tomorrow should be our southern communities. And then off towards the west, so we bring it all north again. This is going to be our front clearing, pattern clearing front that comes through the area as we get into the weekend and early next week. Until then, temperatures, look at this, 90 popping in Akron right now where we haven't had the rain. You get the rain, we're in the 70s. What a difference from one spot to the next. No difference in terms of humidity. It is thick everywhere. The real heat's out in the plains. They have been getting nailed. Areas of the Dakotas, they've been up near 100 the last couple days. Severe weather daily out there. That's the system moving in. I show you dew points. This is the mugginess to the atmosphere. Look how far reaching it is. But watch what happens with this system this weekend. So we get our first taste of it Saturday into Sunday. We get a first frontal boundary in here. It's not a strong front. So Saturday's still going to be humid. Sunday still starts humid, but we should get more comfortable as we get throughout the day as we bring in our first taste of drier air. Another front comes by later next week. This is Monday night into Tuesday. That brings air from the North Pole in here, which is very dry. So we are really going to be sitting pretty around here Tuesday, Wednesday with very comfortable, virtually no humidity air. And then it'll eventually build back as it does all the time this time of year. Your National Design Mart big picture look as we always do the end of the hour here. You can see we've got the rain chances tomorrow. We say goodbye to that system. Here comes our front this weekend. Saturday looks dry until perhaps very late in the day. We'll be watching some storms off towards the west. Those will roll through, maybe some lingering showers early Sunday. Otherwise, we're dry. And then latter half of next week, you already know it. Just looking beautiful outside. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast. 80s the next 2 days. There's your weekend rain chance late Saturday. Saturday, early Sunday, and then the beautiful weather starts. 70s. Mostly sunny skies, low humidity, just sitting pretty by the middle half of next week. Jay.
So nice outside. By the way, Matt, flood advisory just issued for central Richland County, right around Mansfield.
That's what we just talked about. Absolutely. Heavy rain keeps going.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. We'll see you at 7. Right now, time to see what's clicking in Cleveland. For that, as always, we bring in our digital anchor, Stephanie Haney. Stephanie, a very good Thursday to you.
Good Thursday to you, Jay, and everyone at home. Today, we have now learned that 2 Cleveland Browns players are showing public support for their coach, Callie Brownson, after her suspension for a DUI. Browns linebacker Mack Wilson tweeted, "Live and learn from mistakes. We got your back, Callie," and he put an orange heart emoji there. And Browns defensive back MJ Stewart posted the same idea, writing, "We got your back, Callie," with a fist emoji. Now, Brownson has deleted her Twitter feed, but not her Instagram account as of now, after news broke that her blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit during a traffic stop. She's been suspended for now, but will not lose her job as Browns chief of staff. Here's that baseball news. First baseman Jake Bauers is no longer a member of the Tribe, but he'll be back at Progressive Field on Friday. Yes, he has been traded to Seattle, who the Tribe takes on this weekend during its first homestand at full capacity. Bauers already suited up for Seattle today against Detroit before making the quick trip back here for the next 3 games. In return for Bauers, Cleveland will receive a player who is yet to be named. We'll be watching for that. Spoiler, not here yet. And the discussion over a new Tribe name continues with new details this week. 92.3 The Fan's Daryl Reuter discovered that the Cleveland Baseball Organization is challenging trademarks for multiple handles, including some intriguing choices. The Foresters, the Heroes, and Squires. Now, Foresters has history here. The city's first pro baseball club was named the Forest Cities in the early 1870s. Remember, though, they're looking at a list of about 2,000 names right now. Jay and Betsy, I know you know this, so we shouldn't read too much into these trademark challenges. This could very well be the Tribe just making a point about people not squatting on these potential names, which is something people do to try and make a buck.
Yeah.
If they end up lucky with one.
No, that's exactly what they're doing, because people are trying to speculate, hoping that the Indians end up selecting the Cleveland team, ends up selecting that name, and then they'd have to pay the squatter
They're gonna
for the
hold
right.
it for ransom.
Yeah, it's really one of the more unattractive things in society. Yeah, it's a bit shady, but I totally wouldn't read anything into that.
Or very
at all.
entrepreneurial.
And also, I want to clear something up. This is something that so Stephanie said that Bauers is gone, and he's going to be traded. He's been traded for a player that hasn't been named yet. The player does actually have a name currently. We just don't know who it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Do they know who they want, or is it just like, eh?
And I'll tell you this, the only thing worse than being traded for a player to be named later is being traded for a bucket of baseballs, which has happened. And sometimes guys will joke, he's no good, get him out of here, and in return you'll take a bucket of baseballs. Just up from that is traded for a player to be named later.
Oh, he's such a nice guy.
He's a great guy, but boy,
so
is he
sweet.
he underperformed.
Yeah.
He wildly underperformed, and he's not the player they thought they were getting. Hopefully he can turn it around and
But
save
not
his
this
career.
weekend when they're in town.
Yeah, not when they play the
Next week.
Indians. That's
Start
right.
it up next week.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. Stephanie, thanks. Ahead on What's New, as we celebrate Pride Month, we go inside the Cleveland store that's designed to be inclusive, from the clothes to the staff. Why they say it's more important now than ever.
And later, dinosaurs in Cleveland. How some Cleveland Clinic children's patients got a prehistoric treat today in our Show Us Something Good. Look at that thing.
Today, Save Our Sauce takes us to Oberlin. The Fev restaurant offers hearty home-style pub grub, excellent weekend brunches, and a relaxed small-town vibe. Our digital video producer, Brian Crane, gives this place 2 thumbs up, Betsy.
Oh.
He says he's been there, it's cozy, it's a family environment, and it's great food. And they're hiring, by the way, so if you need a job, you can go for dinner and leave with a job. Doug Tratner has a full Lorraine list at WKYC.com/SaveOurSauce. Well, there's a new clothing store now open in Lakewood. It's shining a light on the transgender, non-binary, and gender-expansive communities.
It's called Margie's Closet, and as Jasmine Monroe shows us, the owners are excited and passionate to have this unique store available to our community.
It's a place that they can call their own, and that's why we started Margie's Closet.
It's time for the trans and non-binary community to have a seat at the entrepreneurship table.
It's been a long time coming, a clothing store specifically designed for those in the transgender, non-binary, and gender-expansive communities.
I'm glad to see that there's more access for people that have maybe less access to clothing.
And now that it's here, many are excited about the new storefront.
It's about time. It's going to be doing a lot of good for the community, not only the transgender community, but the community at large.
Marjorie's Closet sits on the border of Cleveland and Lakewood on West 117th Street, and it's the first of its kind.
I'm just excited because this is the first of its kind, at least that we know of in Ohio.
Owner Jacob Nash started Marjorie's hope to not only live out his truth, but to help others too.
People need a place where they can come, feel safe walking in the door knowing that they're not going to be judged.
From dresses to jeans to shoes and ties, the store has it all.
The fact that we are able to have hands in that, it makes us feel, you know, again, like we're giving back to our community. We're not just existing, we're helping.
Making a difference, one outfit at a time.
Congratulations, that's what I want to say to the people that have made this happen. A lot of people have worked together to make this happen, and I'm glad that it finally exists. It's been manifested.
Well, that was our Jasmine Monroe reporting. Margie's Closet is asking for clothing donations and volunteers. And again, it's located on West 117th Street.
Up next on What's New, a brighter day by a big dino. How this big guy helped brighten some days today.
Today's show is something good, kind of comes from prehistoric times. This life-size Triceratops made a visit to Cleveland Clinic Children's today, putting some smiles on some patient faces. He actually came from an exhibit called Dino Safari. It's a drive-through adventure that's in Parma right now with more than 40 other dinos at the shops at Parma. You can check it out yourself at the shops in Parma now through June 27th. Dinosaurs very popular with the younger kids.
Oh, they love them.
And bigger kids and geeks of all sizes, ages, and everything like that.
We all love them.
Definitely.
They're
Tell you
great.
what, we have a flash flood warning in Richland County that was just issued. I'm going to hop over to the key and give you an update on that in just a moment. But in the meantime, thanks for joining us.
What Matters Most with Russ and Laura starts right now.
Downtown drive-by shooting.
But I couldn't believe it's downtown Cleveland, middle of the day, that I would hear gunshots.
Horrified witnesses describe gunfire in broad daylight in the warehouse district. We're live with the latest. Also, the hunt for housing. Why Northeast Ohio has some of the highest demand and lowest construction rates in the country. New vaccine incentives. Governor DeWine hints more prizes may be on the way after the Vax-A-Million ends. And he's tickling the ivories and our hearts. One little boy's mission to give back to the hospital that helped save his life, one note at a time.
From the WKYC studios, this is What Matters Most.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Laura Casho. We begin tonight with a drive-by shooting in downtown Cleveland during broad daylight. It happened just a few hours